Welcome to Insert Coin to Begin presents Let's Play, the gaming show about gamers by gamers based off of InsertCoinToBegin.com, where each and every week we get together, we talk about different video game question thingy bobbers. You can find us at InsertCoinToBegin.com, gaming news for gamers by gamers. Yeah. Joining me this week is at Rizz IUP and at Fuzzwad. Both contributors to Insert Coin to Begin. And awesome.
That's Chachi.
Yeah, I am Chachi. Master of awesome and whatnot. Host of the show. Each and every week we get together and we answer video game themed questions and sometimes get carried away. You know, complete nonsense, and it usually ends with Rizz insulting someone. Or
what?
Shut up. He usually insults the females or some other culture. It's just something that he does. What?
That is false.
It is not. How many times have you said something within the first few minutes that would normally upset a female?
Last time I was on the show, he did.
Exactly.
And the time before that, and
yes,
I think the time before that.
Yes. Rizz is the woman hater.
Quit getting your panties in the bunch.
The Wrestling Revolution in the chat room says that is why he tunes in each week.
Exactly.
To hear what you're going to say to piss off someone. Anyhow, each week,
get on with the show.
Each week we have a series of questions that start with the same question each and every week. What are you playing and did you play the challenge? Last week's challenge being Miss Pac-Man. I scored about 80,000 and Fuzz made up some ridiculous number shortly after we sent out the tweet.
It had a dozen O's in it.
Yes.
So
there was 12 zeros in. You cannot have that score in Miss Pac-Man.
Chachi tried.
Impossible. The scores do not go that high. You hurt my head with that tweet. Because it was like 45 seconds after we sent out the challenge.
Oh, well, hey, I had 45.
I don't know if you can see. I tried bringing up the tweet with it on there. I don't know if you can see that.
It doesn't matter. He's a lying bastard. Rizz, what are you playing and did you play the challenge?
I didn't play the challenge. I was busy playing Assassin's Creed 3 and WWE 13.
All right.
And Song Pop. And Words with Friends.
Wait, did you say Sump Pump?
No,
Song Pop.
Song Pop.
Song. Now you're going to make me insult the Chinese.
Oh. Oh, man.
See what I did there?
I did. Fuzzy.
Hey, that's the latest I've done that. So
It took you a while to insult someone.
Yeah.
What did
I get like an achievement or anything?
No.
Oh, damn.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, Rizz, your turn's over. My turn.
You know, maybe for future episodes we'll print out or make like a dry erase achievement like sign and just hold it up every time someone does something.
I can make a graphic in Wirecast.
And we'll just like would you be okay with doing it on the fly?
Well, I'd have to have the graphic and like the text pre-made.
Right.
But you give me a couple of them, we could do this. We can completely do this.
Anyhow, Fuzzy, what did you play this week and did you play the challenge?
No, did not play the challenge.
Oh, shocking! Oh my god! Don't tell me it's so. No, I'm sorry.
Played Grand Theft Auto 3, played Forza Horizon's demo, and I played Modern Warfare 2. And let me tell you about the Forza Horizon. Yeah, Forza Horizon demo. It's basically every other racing game on Xbox 360 thrown into one. And it's like you play it, you think that you're playing Dirt 2 because the menus, the language, the graphics, everything in between races is exactly the same. Like there should be a lawsuit over how close they are for someone copying someone else's art or something like that. It's ridiculous. So, kind of sad because I expected better from turn 10.
Chachi, what did you play?
So as of last episode, I was still patiently awaiting my copy of Assassin's Creed 3 to reach my doorstep, because
last time on Let's Play.
Yeah, well, last time on Let's Play, Chachi was still waiting for Assassin's Creed 3 to be delivered on the release date to his house. No, Amazon sent me an email, said that due to the storm, it was going to be late, and blah, blah, blah. You can't have your game, you stupid fuck. And so, what?
Oh, go ahead. I got chat up for you.
And so, I had taken time off to take a quote-unquote gamecation, so I'd have time to play the game. And it ended up, I went work for half a day, went out and did some stuff after work, and got home just in time for my game to arrive at about 5 o'clock. I didn't sit down and immediately start playing it. I did some other things. Gamecation was 100% a success.
Good.
I took it off because I wanted to beat Assassin's Creed 3 before I went back to work, and I actually had a couple spare days. And this is just the story mode. It took me about 14 hours to beat the storyline. 12 sequences, half hour of credits. I'm not kidding. There is 30 minutes of straight credits. And I wanted to bring this up, and the only reason I'm still talking about the credits is because Ubisoft put every single employee in the credits. If
So
there
is
was
the janitor in there?
no.
Okay.
I mean, like, office staff, employees. Like, if the office sent an email about Assassin's Creed 3, that entire office was listed in the credits. To the point where the IT staff for, like, some of the Ubisoft offices were named in the credits. Like, it didn't just say, thanks to our wonderful IT staff, you frickin' nerds. No, it was just straight names. And it seriously, it took a half hour. But yeah, I did beat the game. I ended up beating it. And I was telling Sorg this on Sunday. So we were supposed to go record on Saturday, and so I woke up and I was playing. I was actually playing Super Mario Brothers 3 because I had a hankering to play it. And I was sitting there waiting for a text from Sorg, so I knew whether or not I actually had to get motivated and do stuff. And probably, what, 11:30? Sorg? 11:30, 10:30? Yeah. Around those times, he sent me a text. He's like, we're going to record tomorrow. So at that point, I cracked a rip it. I put on the Xbox, and I sat there for a good 7 hours until I beat Assassin's Creed 3. And then that's all I played last week. and people were talking, and I can't hear them. You turned everyone down.
Oh, I just turned Frank down because he's moving about.
Oh, I thought Rizz was talking too.
Is there Rizz?
His lips are moving.
Maybe.
I think he's just being a dick. No, he's talking. I don't know. Rizz?
Well, talk to Frank while I figure it out.
But I did pick up WWE 13, so I'll probably play that this week. I wasn't going to pick it up so soon, but since I beat
Alright, what I was saying is I loved how when I was ahead of you in the story, and you came up and just started screaming about the twists and turns of storyline, it was like, oh yeah, that's right, that did happen. And it was then I was like, oh, you're gonna be mad, and then that was about it. Then basically you passed me up because I haven't finished it yet.
I blew by you in a hurry. Like, yes. I was throwing a fit because I wasn't happy with the way the game was going, and Riz is like, yeah, I'm not there either.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh crap. Actually, I can say it without giving away a lot of the game, but it takes you a while to actually get the assassin's garb.
takes you a while to get to Connor.
Yeah, it takes you a while to get to Connor, and then it takes you a while to get to the Assassin's Garb. And I love the Assassin's Garb. Like, I'm not playing Assassin's Creed unless I'm running around in the goddamn Assassin's Garb.
That's how you know you've made it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was at that point that I fucking flew past Rizz in the game. And I got to the end. And I sent him G-chat messages in all caps. It was just like, holy shit, I want Assassin's Creed 4 now! And it was, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, we went to go see Wreck-It Ralph. Amazing film. If you haven't seen it, go see it. We went into the movie. I told Sorg, I'm like, I'm gonna bet you that there's 5 video game characters in this movie that are from games that I've played in the past week. And it was close. It was rather close. But the movie is amazing, extremely well done, and really makes you think. Well, really? No, it makes me think. Oh, I kind of want to go to an arcade now. I mean, crawl around. But it's just a really fun movie altogether. Yeah. So, if you haven't seen it...
Is that our challenge for the week?
What, Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah, watch Wreck-It Ralph.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, that's the challenge for the week. Go see Wreck-It Ralph. Give them the money they deserve. Or not. I don't care. I don't care how you watch it, actually. Just watch it. Alright, and
it's nice. The coolest thing about it was that it wasn't just like here's a bunch of video game characters we made up.
Oh no, there was
like we actually spent the money and licensed some characters. So like here's Bowser, here's the Ghost, here's Kano from Mortal Kombat. You know, like this is a Disney film, and Kano from Mortal Kombat's in there, and he does a Mortal Kombat thing. Yes. I don't want to spoil it, but if you know Kano, you know the thing he does. Okay, and I'm just like, holy crap, this is a Disney movie. Like, okay, yeah, they do, like, Disney movies that aren't completely, like, you know, kid-friendly and stuff, but this is an animation studio one. So, I don't know. Sorry, back to you.
All right. Rizz, you threw out the questions this week.
Yep. Going along the lines of the Wreck-It Ralph, the phenomenon, the first question I had was, based on the story I wrote for Insert Coin to Begin on Sunday, I believe, Wreck-It Ralph is going to be in a game. He's going to be in Sonic and All-Star Racing Transformed. And it got me thinking, what other game would you like to see Wreck-It Ralph in? Like, what like a downloadable content, a playable character, or whatever. Chachi?
That's a tough one. It would never happen in a gazillion years. But I would love to see Wreck-It Ralph in like a Smash Brothers type game.
Mm-hmm.
Anything but the PlayStation All-Star one. I don't want him in that one. That would just be dumb.
Marvel versus Disney.
Yeah, Marvel versus Disney. Yeah, I would like to see the characters make some kind of appearance in like a Kingdom Hearts type game.
Mm.
Or I would want them to be like a completely off the wall character in like Fire Pro Wrestling. Like a downloadable content for that.
Yeah, I can. Isn't that more an Avatar game now? Firestorm Pro?
Yeah.
So that wouldn't really...
No.
Fuzz!
I'd like to see him in Mortal Kombat, but not as the way he looks now. If they did that more gritty and darker detailing to him, I think that he'd make a fantastic Mortal Kombat character. I'd also like to see him as a rival to Rhino in that Rhino Wreck the City level in the new Spider-Man game. Because that just fits his character profile, too.
Yeah.
I think
so
that'd
you'd
be
have
one.
him like a steroided HGH big muscular guy who wrecks stuff in
Like
Mortal
you,
Kombat? Like who?
You.
Me?
Revolution agreed with you. He said Wreck Ralph in Mortal Kombat. And then the WrestleFan said, how about Wreck-It Ralph the game? I hate when they make games out of movies, but this is the only one that makes sense.
Yeah, they do have. I did grab the Wreck-It Ralph iOS game and start playing around with it a little bit. And
Well,
it's like,
I mean,
you have to go through. You have to play Fix It Felix. It looks like you have to play it to a certain score or something or level, and then it opens up like a Sugar Rush type game. But I don't think it's exactly the racing game. Then it takes you to like the battle game that was in there, and I think there's another one in there too. I think it actually takes you to like the Turbo game that they talk about at some point about what Turbo is. I don't want to spoil that, but yeah. So it's kind of cool that they do that, and just on the iOS, but it's $1.
Yeah. And then they have the Fix It Felix Jr. game.
Which is free, actually.
That is...
For just that.
Oh, okay.
For just the Fix It Felix game, not the one that's like...
which is the game that Ralph is actually from. All right, so...
I think you can play it online, too.
I got one more here.
Go ahead.
Like, I would love to see Wreck-It Ralph, because he actually fits the character base of, what is it? Not Borderlands 2. Team Fortress. He looks exactly like some of the guys in Team Fortress. He is built the same way. He has the same tone, same everything. And he
also
would fit in.
Also kind of like Bulletstorm.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see him in that too.
I can see him in just about anything. Like, if you want to put him in Mortal Kombat, put him in Mortal Kombat. Or if you want to put him in, let's say, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. That would be kind of weird to see him in there, but still. But any game that needs it, I'd like to see it happen.
All right, let's go ahead.
I think Fuzz has this next one. This was his.
Yeah, next question was mine. Well, it's election night. If you were to come across Obama or Romney in Mortal Kombat, what would the special power be? Not necessarily a fatality, but like how Scorpion has his spear, Sub-Zero has where he freezes you. What would Obama and Romney do? Chachi.
See, I started looking at this automatically from a fatality standpoint.
Okay.
So I came up with one from each of them. Obama's would be a mind washtality, and I made that up. His speechwriters are amazing, and there's always something in his speeches that is chantable. So his special power would be to mind wash his opponent into doing what he wanted. And then Romney's would be a crotch snatch, like kind of like like ripping someone's head off with the spine attached, or like punching them apart. He would just reach over and, male or female, just yank their crotch off and throw it down.
I don't know that I want to know the logic behind that. Where that came from.
If you paid any attention to to any of the election stuff, he likes to think that women are able to control their uteruses, and he wants to control.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't think he said that.
Shut up! It doesn't matter.
It was somebody else.
I don't care.
Of his party, but
the Republicans want to control women's uteri. Is that a word? Anyhow,
it is.
Moving on.
Hey, for the girls not to be on.
Uteruses.
Rizz.
Yes.
Hey, well, since Chachi started it, okay, fatality. Go.
Fatality. I'm going to start with Romney. He comes out with a giant binder full of nails and encloses his opponent for instant kill. And for Obama, it's the same that Chachi was going with. He mind controls somebody else to come in and do his fatality.
And so he doesn't actually have a fatality of his own.
Right.
He mind controls someone else for their fatalities.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Fuzz.
Okay, Obama, he just crosses his arms, and then Jay-Z comes out and just beats you down. Romney, he disappears from the screen, then comes riding across the screen on Rafalka and puts a spear of solid gold through your chest.
From the chat room, Bobby said that Romney's would be called the 1%, in which he would drop an ATM machine and just have it shoot wads of cash into the other player who would explode in a shower of money. And then he said that Rizz's Romney fatality would only work on Melina, Katina, Sindel, Shiva, and Sonya.
Just put the other guys in wigs. Just put them on wings or whatever.
All right, let's finish
him.
Finish the show with the boss fight.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah, take us out, Rizz.
All right. As we said, the video game. The election is today. If you didn't vote, vote now. If you're on the West Coast. But who would your video game presidential and vice presidential candidates be? Like, who would you most likely vote for? I'm going to start this one for Fuzz. With Fuzz.
Who would I vote for? I would want, let's say Ezio as vice president, just as a good, strong military leader. And
Romney lost his own state.
there's an election update for you.
According to Facebook. Sorry.
According to Facebook. No, Ezio for vice president, and let's M. Rossi for president. Which, if you don't know who M. Rossi is, he's one of the computer AIs in Forza, which they do have names and profiles to go along with each AI. M. Rossi is incredibly aggressive and goes out of his way to achieve whatever he deems necessary to win. So having someone with that kind of drive could be really good for a country. Rizz. Or Chachi, you next.
Well, I actually spent a considerable amount of one day campaigning for a video game character on Twitter. Bowser would be the president.
That's good.
Actually, Bowser wouldn't be the president. Bowser would become the Grand Leader of the United States and the world, and there would be no vice president because Bowser would just take over. I called it Occupy Mushroom Kingdom, in case you were curious. and no, it seriously lasted a good 4 hours of things that would change if Bowser were allowed to win. So, yeah, Rizz.
First, for president, Commander Shepard, even though he is Canadian. He is a war hero. He gets all the ladies. So there's Clinton. And then he is very strong in global relations. But for vice president, I'm going to get someone who has agriculture, who knows how to build things, who knows how to work with his hands. And that is where Minecraft Steve comes in. I'm just throwing that out there. Shepard Steve, 2016.
Actually, Bobby disagrees with you. He said Nathan Drake and Solid Snake 2016. And
that is a lie.
Revolution said,
hey, Jigglypuff and Snorlax 2020 whatever, because everyone will be happy, relaxed, and just be able to take a nap.
That is very true.
That is true.
I'll vote that party. Solodus and Saget 2012 from the Revolution, and from the Twitter account. Mad Mike said Obama would have a Barack bottom, which I'm assuming is the rock bottom from WWE, and Romney would have the 47%, where he chops you almost in half. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Insert Coin to Begin presents Let's Play, where we come on and we BS about video game related questions each and every week. You can find us on insertcointobegin.com. We are in Google+, the Facebooks, we're on Twitter at InsertTB, and you can find us individually on Twitter at Chachi Says, at RizzIUP, at Fuzzwad. Talk to us, we will talk back, and we will carry on conversations with you because we're lonely. So, yeah, talk to us.
Talk to us.
We'll talk to you.
Please.
Yeah.
Although, don't message us with Lego video game movies, or else you're going to end up with 50 responses back with Lego movie games. Sorg is behind the boards. He controls everything each and every week.
Hi, Sorg.
Hi, Sorg. Thank you, Sorg. So you're going to make those achievement graphics for us?
I can put them in a Wirecast if somebody wants to make some. Yeah, I think they should be like Insert Coin to Begin themed.
Right.
Ones.
Right.
Like if somebody can change the logo or something. If somebody wants to Photoshop me a few of those, making them. Well, we'll see what the format's supposed to be. But
Bobby's listening.
Bobby's listening.
Yeah, Bobby.
There you go. But it's got like even if you just take that graphic, I'm sure you can find it on Google Images or something. Play with it a little bit. Make us a couple, and then I'll have to go find the sound effect.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be hard.
No. And we'll start throwing in dumbass achievements for Rizz.
Yay!
This week, for example, Rizz insults women. Achievement unlocked.
No.
Bitch,
No.
make me a pie. 20 gamer points.
This week was Chinese people.
Misogyny. Misogyny unlocked. 50 points.
And just like an Xbox.
Oh!
Screw you, slanty eyes. 20 gamer points. They have to have...
Oriental racial slur. 20 gamer points.
Thank you for listening. Join us next week.
This is going to be our new Lego.
It is. Join us next week, 8 o'clock, live.sorgatronmedia.com, following AwesomeCast at 7, and proceeding Wrestling Mayhem Show. I'm Chachi. We'll see you next week.
Where's my sandwich?